Hi guys, welcome to another video. We're going to get the brakes done up on it, so we've ordered in a big brake kit. The MRN, who is also doing the twin turbo kit for us. Okay, so this is our caliper that we took off. So needed to clean it up a wee bit, clean up the slides and stuff. This brake pipe is rotten, so I'm going to have to replace that as well. So we need to just make up a wee bit for that. I'll take that off so we don't lose that. Yep, so we're going to have to make up a wee bit of pipe for here. Clean this all up, take the slides up, take the old brake pads out, get the new ones on, and then we'll try and get this fitted. And then I think we've actually got new brake pad wear indicators and stuff as well. These are probably alright, but we'll fit the new ones. And then this will go here. This will fit on here, but right, we've moved around onto the other side now. This is the passenger side, so I'm going to take all this apart. I'm going to start with the flexible brake hose, get that off, get the braided one on, and then I'll strip the brake shoes off and get the new ones on. Let's see if I can show you here on the I don't know if you can see that or not, but if you have a look at the handbrake cable, you see here it's really badly split, so that's why we're replacing all the handbrake cables. This one's actually working a lot better. The other side, remember the other side it was seized. So this is what I was trying to show you here. So if you see along here, the whole sleeve of the handbrake cable's completely split. So that's just going to allow dirt and water getting in there, and then eventually this will actually seize up. Actually it's still working at the minute, but when we're in this far, we might as well replace it all. Future-proof it! Okay, so if you can see this, look. That playing the wheel bearing, so we're going to take the wheel bearing off. Graham from Paints and Components in Ballymoney has kindly ordered us up a new one, so that should be here later on today. So I'm going to try and get this off so that it's all off ready to fit the new one. I don't know if these are press fit or not, or whether it's just a bolt on, bolt off. Hoping for a bolt on, bolt off, but yeah, probably wishful thinking. Yeah, I think it was wishful thinking. Right, so it looks like we're going to have to take the whole hub off, press it on the bench. Hub assembly off. Right, okay, we got the new bearing, so we've got it all pressed in, flange and all on, new bolts, so all nice and tight now, ready to fit it back on again. Yeah. Always a fight, isn't it? There we are. Right. Nice and tight now, no more play. Great. So, now we can get back to putting the brakes back on. The fun part. So this is part of the MRN big brake kit. So this is the new spacer for going in behind the brake disc. So this caliper still has the pads and stuff on it, so we'll take it over to the bench here and strip this, give it a bit of a clean, and get it ready to put on. So on the caliper, because the new discs, the bigger brake discs, are thicker, the disc won't fit in between the pad holders. So what I'm going to have to do is just cut off a little bit off each of these, just to allow that to go in past the disc. Right, happy days, let's hope that's not leaking. I think we have a problem with the one on the other side because I think it is leaking. And I don't know why. I might need to make a new brake pipe up for it just to see, is it just a copper brake pipe? Hasn't. And I think this side doesn't fit in. No. So again, because the disc is thicker, the pad on the outside, we're going to have to get it milled and take a bit off the back plate so that so the pad will fit in. It's not a big deal really, but very little has to come off it. And yeah, it won't fit in, so we'll have to get that machined. I'd rather do that than put in a. You could put an old brake pad in that's partly worn, put it in, but I think it's better keeping the new pad material on so we get better, longer use out of the brake pads rather than having to be changing the pads all the time. But yeah, cool. Right, so we just need to get the rest of the handbrake cables back inside the car so we can connect these up. So this one goes in through this side, like so, and this one goes in this side. Right, so in here is where the other bit of the handbrake cable clips in. So there's a wee cover here that we screw off, and then the back bit of the handbrake cable is actually on like a spring clip, or a spring clip. So I was trying to get it forward enough to get Right, so this is the last caliper on the brakes. This one, of course, had to be the last one. We ended up, the threads came out completely on whenever we took the nipple out, the bleed nipple out. So managed to get it fixed. The engineers, we got a new bit of aluminium pressed in and got the new bleed nipple threaded in. So all good to go. Hopefully it'll be fluid tight when we get to bleed the brakes, but we'll see. Let's get this on. So you see, this is the spacers that come with the kit from MRN, and the longer bolts in. So bolt in, spacer on, and then that just bolts on to the hub, and it's all good for the pads then. I actually also get wee spacers and stuff in the kit to allow you to move the brake flexible so that it'll fit. And because you're moving the caliper out, you need to put a wee spacer in to allow for the flexible hose to move over to allow you to get the brake pipe back on again. However, I haven't needed that because I've replaced all the brake pipes, so the brake pipes that I've made are slightly longer to compensate for that, so it means I don't need to use the spacers. Just tightening on the brake pipe here now onto the back of the caliper. Just want to show you in the back here then. So same idea, caliper and all on. We had to, I think everybody did record a wee bit of whenever we had to, because the disc's a lot thicker than the original disc that was on the car. We had to actually cut a couple of bits off the pad seats on the caliper, just to allow the caliper over the top of the disc, so it wasn't rubbing on it. The other thing then, because the caliper has moved out on the disc a bit, when we put the pad in, it's actually rubbing. It's not rubbing, sorry. There's actually a bit of the pad sticking out of the back of this. So what we've done is, if you can see here, we've taken the pad and we've just ground down a bit here and here on both sides of the pad. So just on this side here and this side, and what that does is it just allows the pad to sit that little bit further. I'm talking like a couple of mil, very little. Just allows the pad just to sit further in on the caliper so that the whole pad's actually braking on the disc. So that's that one done as well. Another thing, the outside pad on the back is also, you have to, the pad, a brand new pad won't fit in because the disc again is that bit thicker. There's not enough room in the caliper to hold the pad. So what you can either do is you can machine off the back of a bit of the back of the metal pad, not the braking surface side, the other side. But what I've elected to do is I'm just going to use a part worn pad until it wears down, and then I'll take the new pad out from the other side and put it in this side and put the other new pad in, so we'll still get the use out of the new pad. So it just saves me having to get this machined. So I'm just going to put this in, and that'll work meantime. Right, and that's that on. So whenever I fitted the new braided hoses, I couldn't understand why it was leaking brake fluid continually out both sides at the back. So I made a nice new bit of copper pipe, new nuts, all the rest of it, and fitted it on. Now, the original bit on the car to the flexible hose, to the new braided hose, wasn't leaking, it was fine. It was just between the braided hose and the caliper, so this wee boy here. So I took it all apart again just to have a look at it and see what the problem was. So I've actually realised now, if you can see here, the brake pipe nut, this is the new one that I made. If that's focusing on it, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's the new one. And then I looked at the old one and I realised that on the old one there's actually a bit at the very end of the brake pipe nut that isn't threaded, whereas this one is threaded right to the very end. So what actually was happening was, whenever I screwed this into the flexible hose, it wasn't actually pushing the copper pipe into the seat of the flexible hose, because this was on the stop, whereas whenever this gets to the stop, the little bit that's not threaded allows the brake pipe nut to push the brake pipe that wee bit further in and seals onto the. So that's just a wee tip. If you just be careful that there is two different types of brake pipe nuts that you can get. One's threaded right to the end, one has a little bit that's not threaded right to the end, just allows it to push on in. So thankfully we figured that out and got it all changed. So I had to make 4 new brake pipes and get them fitted, but all done now, so all good. So that's the brakes all fitted. Happy days. We'll get the wheels on now, and we're just waiting for the engine to come back now. So fingers crossed they can get that done quickly for us, and then we can get a bit more done on the car and get the engine built again, get it back in the car again. I do have a coolant pipe to replace at the front, so we'll maybe do that in the next video, and I'll show you what that is. And it's a common fault in these as well, the crossover coolant pipes across the front axle. It just corrodes, and it break where the rubber bit goes into the aluminium pipe, corrodes, breaks, and then just will leak coolant eventually. So we're going to get that sorted. Right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video about the brakes. If you want to get a big brake kit for your Cayman, go on to MRN. They've been really helpful. Martin at MRN is a really helpful guy. His attention to detail is second to none. He's very thorough and likes the job done right, which is great. So I can definitely recommend this kit from MRN for the brakes. Easy kit to fit, and hopefully it's going to make a big difference in the braking. So like I say, give MRN a check out on their website, and you'll find the same guys that we're getting the twin turbo kit from. So all good. So it's actually on its way, so it's all ready. Martin was on the email with me this week, so happy days. It's all packed up, ready to go, so we're just arranging to get it shipped over. So hopefully it'll be here soon. Not that we have an engine to put it in yet, but hopefully that'll come too. So keep watching. Thanks for all your likes, and if you subscribe as well, you'll not miss out on the next video. I know that the videos are kind of a wee bit slow at coming at the minute, but it's just getting time to work on the car, get the parts and all that sort of stuff. So just bear with us, and hopefully you're enjoying the content. And send us some comments in the comment section, and we'll have a look at those. Appreciate any feedback or any comments that you want to make. So thanks again.